Hey guys, it's Valerie. Today we're going to be doing a workout using a chair. Make sure that you have a nice sturdy chair, and if you don't have a chair that is a soft cushiony top on top, maybe get like a towel because we are going to put our feet on the chair at some point. So let's get started. We're going to start facing our chair, and we're just going to start with some nice toe taps, lifting those toes up nice and high, lifting those knees up nice and high. Some of you might want an extra challenge here and just add a little hop into your step. I'm going to keep it nice and simple so my mic doesn't fly all over the place. Lift it up and down. Nice job for 3. Last 2. And 1. Let's go ahead, face the opposite direction. Feet are going to be a little farther away from the chair. We're just going to do tiny little taps with our booty, lower down and lift up. Sit it down and back. Now really we're just trying to get the booty to just tap the chair. We're not putting any weight on the chair. We're just warming up those legs. Feet are about hip width distance wide, maybe a little bit wider. Toes out slightly, heels in, sink it down, lift back up for 3. Last 2. And 1. Awesome. Let's go back to those toe taps. This time we're going to add a little bit of a step into our movement. Lift it up nice and high. Bring those knees up. Add as much of a hop as you would like here. Lift it up nice and high. Tap those toes, lift and down. You got this. Last 5. Last 4. Pull that belly in for 3, 2. 1 more each side. Nice job. Let's take our hands on the chair. We're going to come into kind of a plank position, and then we're going to roll forward, bend the arms, bend the knees, and lift back up. Lower down, bend the arms, bend the knees. It's as if you're trying to touch your knees down onto the ground without rounding your spine. Lower and lift. Bring it down and back up. Keep the elbows nice and close to the sides. You got it. Down and up. Last 3. Last 2. And 1. Let's go ahead and face away from our chair. We're going to move into some split squats. So let's go ahead, start with grounding into that right foot. We're going to extend that left leg nice and long, and we're going to kind of play around here. Make sure that you find a nice good spot so that if you start to lower down, that toe stays in front of that knee. So let's go ahead, lower it down and lift back up. Bend that back knee and rise up. Sink it down and back. Using that foot on the chair is just a way to support you as you lower and lift, really feeling this in that right booty. Down and up. You got it. Pull that belly in nice and tight. Squeeze that booty as you rise up. You got it for 3. Last 2. And 1. We're going to take that left leg and place it on the chair. Facing sideways on that chair, we're going to do side step up. So we're going to rise up and down, lift and lower. You don't need to straighten that standing leg all the way if you don't like. But if you want a little added challenge, you can lift and extend. Nice job. Breathe here. Keep lifting through that standing leg. Maybe gaze down at that knee as it's tracking over those toes. That's what you really want here. For 3. Last 2. And 1. Lift up. Whew, feel that quad burn. Let's shake that out. We're going to head into our second side of our split lunges. Step that left foot forward quite a bit, and then reach that right leg back. Slide that foot onto a comfortable spot on your chair, lower down, and lift. This is where that towel might come in handy, or maybe a cushion to put on that chair, just so you don't hurt the top of your foot or your ankle. Lower and lift. You got this. Keep breathing here. Find those nice deep breaths. For 3. Last 2. And 1. Beautiful. We're going to do our lateral step-ups the opposite direction. I'm going to turn around and face the other way. My foot's going to come on that chair, lifting up and lower. Bring it up and down. Try to keep that booty back. Weight is still in that strong leg here. And that heel, push down through the heel. You got this. Keep breathing here. 3. Last 2. And 1. Nice job. We're going to come back to our split spot squats. Whew. But this time we're gonna do it a little differently. So we're gonna stand on that right leg. We're gonna bring the left leg back, reach down for the right toes with the left hand, and come back up through center. Lower down and lift up. Squat it down and raise back up. You got this. Touch those fingers. Keep that back nice and straight as you lower down and lift. Down and up. You got this. Keep that belly in nice and tight. For 3. Last 2. And 1. Awesome. Let's come back to those side step ups. Great for the outer thigh. Great for strengthening that knee joint. Ready? Let's lift and lower. Press down into that foot. Rise all the way up. You got this. Find that nice, sturdy chair that allows you to do this. Lift and down. You got it. 4, 3. Last 2. And 1. Lift, lift, lift. Nice job. Let's switch it out. Opposite leg forward. We're going to stand with our feet together. Step that right foot back, reach that right hand down, and rise back up. Maybe adjust where your left foot is to make sure that you have enough space to kick that right leg back and hinge forward. Lower and lift. You got this. Breathe here. I know this is challenging, but you got this. Here we go. Last 3. Pull that belly up and in for 2. And 1. Bring it all the way back and up. Last round of our lateral step ups. Let's take that right leg on our chair. Lift and lower. Drive down into that heel. Lift up. Sit that booty back. Rise up and down. You got this. Keep breathing here. 4, 3. Last 2. And 1. Awesome job, guys. Okay, for this next one, we're gonna take our chair and we're gonna go ahead and place our feet on that chair. So hands are gonna come down on the mat. Take those legs, hook those ankles on the chair, rise up, and we're just gonna do some shoulder taps to the right and left. Pulling it up and in, working the core, working those shoulders. You got this. Keep breathing, tap it out. Breathe. You got this. Keep going left and right. Keep it down. Now the less your legs are on the chair, the harder this will be. The more your shins and are on the chair, the easier it'll be. For 3. Last. 1 more. Nice job. Okay. For this next one, we're going to keep one leg up on that chair, and we're going to rise up onto our hand, and we're going to do some inner thigh move here. So my wrist is going to stay underneath my shoulder. I'm going to lift my hips up nice and high. I'm going to take my bottom leg and lift it up and down. Lift and lower. We're working the whole body here. The core, the shoulders, the arms, the leg, of course. Lift and lower. You got this. Last 5. Last 4. Squeeze that inner thigh as you lift for 2 and 1. Let's come down. We're going to do some tricep dips. Very common move here. We're going to go ahead and have a seat on our chair. Just hang that booty right off the edge. And we're going to bring our hands onto the chair. Slide that booty off. Now, the more my feet are close to my glutes, the easier this will be. The farther away they are, the harder this will be. I want to make sure that my shoulders stay away from my ears, and I'm just simply dipping down and lifting back up. Lower and lift. You got this. Find those nice deep breaths. Lower down, lift back up. You got it. Squeeze and lower. Lift up and down. Drop it down, booty low for 5. Is that core nice and tight? Are your shoulders away from your ears? For 2 more. Last 1. Awesome job. We're coming for the opposite side here for our inner thigh lifts. So I'm gonna slide my right leg on top of that chair. Take my right hand underneath my right wrist. Or underneath my left wrist. We're gonna lift up, take that bottom leg, rise and lower, lift and down. You got this. Try to keep that bottom foot nice and flexed. Now, same thing here. The more my leg is on that chair, the easier this will be. The farther away, the harder. Try to keep those hips nice and lifted. You got it. Pull that tummy up and in for 3. Last 2 and 1. Awesome. We're gonna come back into those shoulder taps, but this time we're gonna add a little baby push-up. So let's take the hands under the shoulders. We're gonna hook those toes, that feet, ankles, shins, whatever you got on our chair. Walk those hands out. We're gonna do a shoulder tap, tap, little push-up. Tap it out, bend those elbows. Now, it doesn't have to be a big move here because we're at quite an angle. We don't really want to dive down and smash our face on the floor. So just be very careful. Tiny little dip is good enough. Bring those elbows out to the side. Get a little bit more into those triceps, into those biceps. You got this. Keep breathing here. Lift, down. Last time, here we go, and lower. Nice work. All right, we're coming back to our inner thigh move. This time we're gonna do it a little differently. We're gonna go ahead and hook that top leg up. Bottom hand comes down. We're gonna rise up, but this time we're gonna lift from the outside. So we're gonna kind of bring that leg forward and out. Lift and lower. You got this. Squeeze and down. Lift and lower. Nice job. We've only got a few more here. Keep breathing, keep lifting for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Let's come back to our tricep dips. Come have a seat on your chair. Take a moment to catch your breath. We're gonna start to slide that booty off the chair. Place the hands on the edge. Find whatever distance you'd like. Toes out long, feet out wide. You know what I mean. Bring those legs out or bring the feet in. Ready? And dip it down and lift up. Easy or challenging. Find your range and stick with it. This is the last time we have these tricep dips. So really challenge yourself. Push down evenly into your palms for 5. Sink it down. Keep the shoulders away from the ears for 2 and 1. Awesome. Let's come back into our inner thigh on the opposite side. Hook that foot up on that chair. Come up onto that bottom hand. We're going to go ahead and lift up. That leg's going to come slightly forward, and we're lifting up. Keep that foot nice and flexed. Lift and lower. Engaging that core here. You got this. Last 5. Can you lift your hips up a little higher for last 2 and 1? Nice work. All right, we're going to move into our core part of class. This is going to be a little challenging. Very similar to what we just did. We're going to come onto our hand, and we're going to take one leg and we're going to place it on the chair. Now remember, the more leg I have on the chair, the easier this will be. The less, the harder. So let's go ahead and find our range. I'm going to put a decent amount of my leg on the chair just for stability purposes. We're going to extend that bottom leg. We're going to lift that elbow up behind the head, and we're going to do crunches. Lift and pull in. I know this is not easy, but you guys are doing great, and we're almost there. Keep squeezing it in and lengthen. Bring it in and out. Nice job. For 3, last 2, and 1. Awesome. Let's go ahead and have a seat on our chair. Take a little break here. Hands are going to come behind us on the chair. Push the chest up nice and high. Pull that belly in, and then lift the knees up. We're going to extend the legs out, and then kick the legs up. Out and up. Squeeze it in. Nice. Pull that knees in towards the belly. Try to be more on your sit bones than on your tailbone, and keep that chest nice and lifted. Lift and lower. Breathe here. You guys are doing great. We are almost done. Last 5. Can you pull the knees in a little tighter towards that chest? You got it. Last 2. Last 1. And let's come back down onto the ground for our opposite side of crunches. I'm going to face away from you for this one. Take that leg, place it on the chair, come up onto that. Lift that hand up behind the head, extend that bottom leg nice and long, and let's come for our crunches across and down. You got it. Find that stability on that chair. This is a challenging move here. Lower and lift, in and extend. You got this. Keep those hips nice and lifted for 3. Last 2 and 1. Great job. All right. Let's come down onto our back. We're going to extend our legs up nice and long. From one leg at a time, we're going to gently tap down and lift. Tap and lower. Let's lift that upper body here. Reach it up nice and high. Lift and down. You got it. Now both legs down and up. Down and up. Good job. You got this. Let's take those toes on that seat. We're going to tilt the chair away and pull it back in. Lift and lower. Make sure you don't drop that chair. Really grip it with your toes as you lift out and in. Gaze down at that navel. Pull that belly in towards the spine. Nice job. Hug the knees into the chest. Side. Some work, guys. Let's go ahead and take our hands on our chair here. Sit your booty back. Drop the head down in between the shoulders. That is a nice stretch. Find a nice deep breath here. Slow that breathing down. Make sure you take some extra stretches today. Stay hydrated. Whew. One of my favorite stretches is a seated pigeon. It's great for the hips. Hinge it forward. You guys did great today. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.